Hello everyone. As you know by now that we are doing weekly series of CBSE Class 10 chapters and we have already completed real numbers, polynomials and pair of linear equations in two variables. At the end of each chapter, I share some additional practice questions from the exam point of view. So in this video, we will look at the solution of those questions from the chapter polynomials. If you have still not watched chapter 1, 2 and 3, their links are in the description. Please make sure you watch them. Let's get going. The first question is, find the value of p from the polynomial x square plus 3x plus p if one of the zeros of the polynomial is 2. Now we already know that the zeros of the polynomial always satisfies the polynomial and makes its value equal to 0. So here it is given that for this polynomial x square plus 3x plus p, one of the zero is 2. That means 2 will satisfy the polynomial. And what does that mean? That if this 2 is put in place of x, we will get the value of this entire polynomial equal to 0. So let us substitute x as 2. We get 2 square plus 3 times 2 plus p is equal to 0. On further solving, 4 plus 6 plus p is equal to 0. 10 plus p is equal to 0. So p is equal to minus 10. So the value of p for this particular polynomial will be equal to minus 10, which is option number A. Let us see the next question. If the sum of the zeros of a quadratic polynomial f of t is kt square plus 2t plus 3k is equal to their product, then find the value of k. Let us see what the question is saying. So here the polynomial is given as f of t is equal to kt square plus 2t plus 3k. Generally, we see the polynomials in variable x. But here we can see t also as one of the variable, k is also a variable. So what do we understand here? Here it is given this polynomial is f of t. The value here, this tells that this polynomial is having the variable as t. So in this expression, t is my variable and k is the constant. So now we have to find the value of that k constant. Now what is given? Sum of the zeros is equal to their product. That means if alpha and beta are the roots of this polynomial, then the sum of the zeros or the roots are equal to their product. Now we also know alpha plus beta is minus b by a and alpha into beta is c by a. Now in this polynomial, we have to find the value of a, b and c. A is the coefficient of the square term, b is the coefficient of the term with power 1 and c is the constant term. So here a becomes k, b becomes 2 and c is equal to 3k. Alpha plus beta, which is minus b by a, becomes minus 2 by k. Alpha into beta, which is c by a, becomes 3k by k. These values are given equal, so we equate minus 2 by k is equal to 3k by k. This k and this k will get cancelled. On cross multiplication, we get k is equal to minus 2 by 3. So, the answer to this particular question, k is minus 2 by 3, which is option number C. This is the correct answer. I hope you are following. Let us move to the next question. If alpha and beta are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial p of x is equal to 4x square minus 5x minus 1, find the value of alpha square beta plus alpha beta square. So here the given polynomial is 4x square minus 5x minus 1. Now alpha square beta plus alpha beta square I can write as alpha beta can be taken out common. I'll be left with alpha plus beta. Now actually we want to find the value of this expression. And as we know for quadratic polynomial, alpha plus beta can be calculated by minus b by a and alpha into beta calculated by c by a. Again, from the polynomial, the value of a is 4, b is minus 5, c is minus 1. So, alpha plus beta will become minus b by a, which is minus of minus 5 by 4, which is 5 by 4. C by a becomes minus 1 by 4. Let us put the values over here. Alpha into beta is minus 1 by 4. Alpha into beta is 5 by 4. On further taking product, we get the result as minus 5 by 16. Therefore, the answer for this question is option number C, minus 5 by 16. I hope you are understanding what we are doing. Let us move further for question number 4. The graph of a polynomial p of x cuts the x-axis at 3 points and touches it at 2 other points. The number of zeros of the polynomial p of x is. Now we know by concept that if a polynomial intersects the x-axis at n different points, then it can have at most n zeros. Assuming this is my coordinate axis, they are saying the graph is cutting the x-axis at 3 points and touches it at 2 other points. So something like this is my graph, and it is touching the x-axis at 2 points. So 1, 2, 3 where it is cutting, and 2 points where it is intersecting. So total number of zeros in this case will be 5. Let's see the last question. A quadratic polynomial, the sum of whose zeros is minus 5 and their product is 6 is. So we have to find the quadratic polynomial. Now we know by standard result that a quadratic polynomial whose sum and product are given is given by x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of the zeros. So we substitute the values. X square, the sum of the zeros is given minus 5 times x, product of the zeros is given 6. Therefore, the required quadratic polynomial becomes x square plus 5x plus 6, which is option number A. So, I hope you have understood all these questions. These are very important from the exam point of view. Please do like, share and subscribe this video to any of your friends who are pursuing class 10. Please press the bell icon to receive the notifications at the earliest. Do share. Enjoy learning.